So getting back to the home front more, folks, going to be talking about Canadian politics here and how Conservative MP Pierre Poilievre, who is also running for leader of the Conservative Party and maybe to become Prime Minister of Canada down the road, is proposing to make Canada the blockchain capital of the world with crypto and allowing citizens to use crypto as a form of exchange. And you know what? When looking at it in retrospect, it's a nice idea and everything. And yes, it would shrink the size of government and decentralize it. But at the same time, I just don't really see how that would work. And number one, there's no way a proposal or a bill like that would get passed unless Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives had a majority government. There's no way with the minority government that the NDP and the Liberals and the Bloc would support such a bill. So number one, he'd have to have definitely a majority government to pass a bill like that. But number two, it's just, the government's a machine at the end of the day here, folks, and they have to make revenue too. And if people start, using cryptocurrency like that and it being decentralized, it's really a threat to their revenue. And it's a threat to the Canadian dollar and the central currency. Like, I just don't really know why the government would allow that to happen in the first place for that simple fact. And the only way I can really see that working out is if, they were to tax each transaction that's used with the cryptocurrency or whatever, or they get some percentage of that. Like, there's going to be some kind of deal to it. The government doesn't do nothing for free, essentially, or they don't usually do things unless they can profit off of it. So, yeah, in the end, it's a nice idea and everything, but I just don't really see it happening. But this also could just be a scheme for the government to take control of it more, because as soon as you get the government involved in it, it doesn't really become decentralized at that point. The government could start regulating it. Then over time, they could start putting more and more restrictions on it and take more and more control of it until they have complete control of it, or maybe they potentially outlaw it down the road. So, yeah. You don't really want the government getting their hands on it in the first place because it's not really decentralized at that point once they do.